público activo, YouTube creciendo, todo positivo. TikTok e Insta vienen después, pero aquí comenzamos otra vez. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Hoy un breva es sobre el ring, hey, hey. College crowd gritando win, hey, hey. Este stream no tiene fin, Juan sabelo todo, let's begin. Sube la adrenalina, se siente la rutina, streaming día tras día, construyendo disciplina. Somos familia deportiva, aquí la vibra es positiva. Si te gusta el juego real, este es tu canal. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan sabelo todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan sabelo todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Juan sabelo todo, puro motor.
Saludos mi gente y bienvenido a Juan Sabelo Todo, a donde el deporte es nuestra segunda naturaleza aquí.
No olvides suscribirte.
Y con eso dicho mi gente, esto va a comenzar en muy poco tiempo. Estamos hablando que tenemos hoy una cartelera bastante larga. Este bolseo es no los tradicional que ustedes están impuestos a estar mirando en sus casas y cosas. Este es un bolseo estilo nuevo, más rápido, menos inning. De verdad son de a un inning que pelean los boxeadores, dan la vuelta y comienzan de nuevo. Y después hay lo que se llaman los rounds de comienzo, los rounds de intermedio y también el round de dinero. Entonces eso es lo que se mueve aquí en este deporte, aquí con Juan Sabelo Todo, en este boxeo, de este tipo de estilo. No se vayan para ningún lado, que vamos a estar transmitiendo eso aquí. Vamos a ponerme un poquito más reducido, mi gente, para que yo moleste menos en la pantalla. Ya ustedes saben que estoy aquí, un rinconcito, ¿ok? Y como podemos ver, esto es una liga en grupo. En otras palabras, ayer, por ejemplo, se streamió, yo estuve transmitiendo, y esa transmisión fue en vivo. Denme un segundito, que esto está demasiado alto.
La pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo
Pues sí, entonces mi gente, ayer estuvimos transmitiendo la primera pleito de este boxeo y hubieron 11 peleas que se dieron allá. Entonces no sé cuántas se van a dar hoy hasta lo que yo no vea que cuánto hay en el equipo, porque ayer estaban programados una X cantidad de boxeadores, pero hubieron boxeadores que no vinieron, entonces los reemplazaron con los boxeadores que ya estaban aquí. Entonces, hubieron boxeadores ayer que pelearon más de lo que estaban supuestos a pelear para cubrir la falta de la que ellos faltaron. Con eso dicho, mucha emoción, porque como los rounds son cortos de a un round, usted ve mucha acción desde el comienzo. Ven, los primeros 30 segundos, 40 segundos se están midiendo, buscándose el espacio, ya ustedes saben lo normal del boxeo. Pero después de ahí para allá se trompa y trompa, va y trompa bien. Eso, hay mucha acción. Les recomiendo que se queden y se entretengan un rato aquí con este boxeo. Es algo que pueden compartir con su familia. Entonces, como ustedes pueden ver, aquí ya está por comenzar. Tenemos el locutor que está ahora mismo simplemente dándole el crédito a los que manejan este asunto de este deporte, de este estilo, ¿okay? Se llama TBL, ¿okay? Entonces, con eso dicho, mi gente, les quiero recordar de que agarren para que no se les olvide más luego, de que se suscriban, prendan la campanita de todas las notificaciones para que no se pierdan estos eventos.
Si te gusta el juego real, este es tu canal.
Y excúsenme, mi gente,
La pasión la llevo conmigo.
tengo una situación pasando con la salud, ya ustedes saben cómo es eso. Entonces, mi gente, suscriban, prendan la campanita y compartan el canal con todas las personas cercanas a ustedes en sus redes sociales. Ayuden a crecer, porque es nuestra comunidad, es la comunidad que nosotros estamos creando. Entonces, aquí tenemos que están llamando ya a uno de los equipos que van a entrar ahora mismo. Ustedes lo están viendo ahí, vamos a ir contándolo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Perdí la cuenta ahí, mi gente, perdí la cuenta. Vamos a ver si nos dan un chance de ver los centavos a todos.
Seguimos en vivo. No olvides suscribirte para no perderte ninguno de mis eventos. Si eres fanático de los deportes, mi canal es el que debes seguir. Y recuerda avisarles a tus amigos.
Llevamos 3 ahí ya, ¿verdad, mi gente? 4. Como ustedes ven, los latinos estamos en todas partes, mi gente. 5. 7. 8. 9. Ahí te están viendo los nombres que lo están poniendo ahí. 10 con la mujer aquí. Ve que están peleando en diferentes pesos todito. 11. 12. 13. 14, que está al lado de ese.
Champion, light heavyweight, Jesse Hardwork Hearts.
15.
Former two-time world champion, cruiserweight Steve USA.
2 veces mundialmente ganó el campeonato 2 veces mundial.
And New
16.
York Golden Gloves champion, heavyweight Concha, Don't Blink Nathan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the
Ahí fue que llegó, creo que hasta ahí terminó. Esos son los peleadores que van a estar peleando de ese equipo.
And now, let's welcome the
Ahora
Las
viene
Vegas
el otro equipo, mi gente.
Hustle.
Vamos a recibir ese segundo
So
equipo.
Vegas takes their walk in.
Y recuerden, mi gente, que arriba, en la orilla de arriba, que ustedes están mirando ahí, esos son los canales míos de animación, de juegos y también el canal principal que inició toda esta misión de JuanSabeloTodo aquí en las redes sociales. Y yo los invito a que pasen por esos canales, se suscriban también, para que no se pierdan esos eventos. Por ejemplo, en JuanSabeloTodo cortos, animación, ahí ustedes van a encontrar la serie de IQ 153, también la primera telenovela dominicana en las redes sociales en estilo pixel, mi gente, basado en una vida real de una familia, de varias familias, porque ahí se incluye la familia de Trujillo.
Our Coach Big D.
Es una novela que va a ser bastante larga porque es una historia real basada en las vidas de toda esta gente. Son muy importantes que puedan seguirla. También pueden pasar por un salto de animación donde comienza un programa nuevo de animación, una comedia a toda risa. Y pueden pasar para aquellos que son jugadores. Podemos ver que aquí están poniendo el otro equipo ahí, mi gente. Ustedes pueden ir leyéndole los nombres ahí a los que están puestos ahí. Y ya ustedes saben que también pueden visitar a JuanSabeloTodoDeportes para aquellos que son jugadores y cosas así. Pueden pasar por JuanSabeloTodoDeportes y pueden pasar por JuanSabeloTodoDeportes cortos. También igual pueden pasar por JuanSabeloTodo, el canal principal, la matriz, la madre de JuanSabeloTodo, a donde hay más de 900 pico de videos, casi 1000, donde usted puede disfrutar música, puede disfrutar los primeros episodios de los primeros programas que yo estaba lanzando. Y también ver la historia como que prácticamente del desarrollo de JuanSabeloTodo en las plataformas de redes sociales. Con eso dicho, mi gente, vamos de nuevo aquí. Tenemos aquí, como ven, otro latino. Tenemos aquí a Joana. Es que tenemos las mujeres, tenemos los hombres. Los latinos no se quedan atrás, están en todas partes metidos, mi gente. En todos los deportes que yo presento hay latinos metidos participando. Y también, no solamente eso, un momento para usted estar. Y no solo eso, que es totalmente gratuito, mi gente. Free. Pero que no tienen gratuito, que entiendan free. Bueno, vamos a pararnos para el himno americano. Ya te le sabe aquí.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we
Oh yeah, baby, oh yeah.
hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars,
oh yeah,
through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that
and
our
the
flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Nice reception.
Esto es un programa siendo transmitido desde los Estados Unidos, Las Vegas, mi gente. Y espero que pasen un rato aquí y que disfruten esto.
The Philly Smoke and the Las Vegas Hustle. Our first round is brought to you by the Team Boxing League app. Don't miss a moment of any of the action on the Team Boxing League app. All you have to do, it's available right now on Apple TV 4K, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhone and Android devices. Round one for Philadelphia at 118 pounds. Ivy Enriquez. For Las Vegas, it is Natalia Castañeda.
All right, so after we get started from Pipes Albright, national anthem, and member of the Philadelphia team who has sometimes sung and fought on the same night, we are ready to go at Natalia Castañeda, Kiki, Mexican and Laotian descent. Dad was a fighter. Dad and brother
de
have
México
inspired
está
her.
peleando aquí también,
Ivy Enriquez
participando.
6-0, 2 straight TKOs, and getting into the TBL now.
Yeah, she's making her debut, and
Tenemos para que
making
sepan
her
desde el
debut this
principio,
season.
tenemos la esquina azul y la esquina
Las Vegas,
roja.
Castañeda, a
Se da
left hand.
cuenta
Get ready
uno
for that.
por
You're
los
going to see a lot of
guantes que tienen la
left-handers
cinta
tonight
del
for
color
both
de su
teams.
esquina. Para que así ustedes no se pierdan. Y sabemos que los que están en azul, ¿verdad? O morado, ¿verdad? Son los de
Yeah, quite a bit. You can see a lot of great
pero
Cuban
es de
amateurs on this team. And
de los
Castañeda,
Philadelphia
the Kansas
Smoke.
City resident,
Y los que están en la esquina
is an action
roja,
fighter, and so
que es Natalia
is Ivy Enriquez,
Castañeda, es del equipo Las
as you
Vegas.
mentioned, is undefeated as a pro.
Right, hook here attempted by Enriquez.
Well, they came after it in this round, didn't they? Both women.
Como yo
just
le dije a
banging
ustedes que
away.
ustedes iban a ver acción,
And if you
acción,
take a step
acción y
back, it's
acción.
only to load up. It's not that you were driven back.
Boy, that's for sure.
Wow, tremendo izquierdazo vieron ahí, conectando en el cuerpo arriba y
Jab is
abajo.
optional.
La de la esquina roja, Natalia. Veamos que ahora está respondiendo a pura trompa, conectando casi toda la trompada Ivy Enrique del equipo Philadelphia Smoke, de lo del Philadelphia Smoke, y se están compartiendo golpes aquí en el cuerpo. Ivy se cubrió ahí por un momento, pero como ustedes pueden ver, eso es trompa y trompa. Natalia nada más tira trompa y trompa, ni se protege ni nada más, tirando trompa a dos manos. Recuerden que Natalia es de la esquina roja, es de México.
Yeah, with her pro experience, you see how she has no problem getting inside the jab and going to work. And on the other side, Castañeda teeing off. They're both getting good shots in here.
Castañeda's never lost as a pro boxer, either outside of TBL or in TBL, so she'd like to keep that spotless.
Dame un segundito, mi gente, que estoy aquí contestando un
The left
mensaje de
hook
WhatsApp.
of Enriquez has been a kind of an effective weapon, as Castañeda is landing her straight left more often.
And Enriquez doing some of her better work in the last half of this round. Good body shots.
Yeah, Castañeda's throwing his right hooks downstairs very, very well. So this is really been a great round.
And when you talk about how you have to get started, it's even true with the body shots.
Yeah.
Sometimes you invest in later rounds when you're throwing those body shots, but this time you just have to get everything now.
And they should all score. You know, if a judge is scoring a fight correctly, you know, they should score. And that was a barn burner.
Yeah, that was a great way to start.
And in the final portion of that round, they were still looking to make things happen. Enriquez with that nice jab. She used that fairly effectively, although Castañeda got inside it many times and worked on the inside and did some good body work.
They gave the judges a lot to interpret. Both put forth a good, strong effort. Who will get the point?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round one by split decision. From the Las Vegas hustle, Natalia Castañeda.
Well, we would deserve split.
Our next round is brought to you by Climax Moonshine, fire number 32, known to bring the heat. Round 2 will be in the featherweight division. For Philadelphia, it is Rasheed Brown. For Las Vegas, Joannis Argelagos.
All right, Rasheed Brown, 4 wins in a row, 15-1, 13 in a row in TBL. Mr. Automatic, as some of these fighters have been, him and Ellis. Started boxing at the age of 7 and training out of the James Schuler gym.
In Argelagos, I mentioned at the top of the show, he is was a bronze medalist in the Olympics and a good pro, 9-2-1. He lost his debut several weeks ago in team boxing to Sean Brewer in a split decision. So he's a solid fighter in against, as you point out, a stalwart of team boxing.
Ok, mi gente, estoy para atrás con ustedes. Y como podemos ver, tenemos 2 minutos con 20 segundos en el reloj. Tenemos a Giovanni en la esquina roja y tenemos a Rasheed Brown en la esquina azul.
But we say boxer, he fights off the front foot a lot, as he's doing now. So sounds as if he's moving around the ring.
Podemos ver aquí.
Look at that.
No sé si va a contar como notado eso o si fue que rebaló.
I think that was a right hook that landed.
Ah, sí. Contó como nocao eso. Vamos para encima. 1 minuto y 37 segundos de reloj. Estamos viendo mucha acción aquí con estos dos boxeadores. Otra vez tiene una derecha media fuerte, porque cada vez que se la pega el azul, el rojo, lo mueve. Lo mueve de uno para el otro cada vez que le pone una trompa de eso por la derecha. Estamos viendo aquí, no están conectando ahora mismo. Ok, ahí conectó ahí, en el golpe abajo, golpe abajo, golpe abajo, golpe abajo, golpe arriba, un derechazo arriba a la cara. Y ahora responde para atrás el rojo.
So he might be.
These body shots are hurting him.
Yeah.
So there's already 1 bonus point.
Se ve que el del morado tiene mucha más experiencia que el del rojo, como pueden ver ahí.
How much do you want to gamble if you're Sugar Sheen Brown? And he kind of takes what he's being given to him. That's one of the smart things about
Estamos en 43 segundos.
These Philly fighters. But you get the sense he knows there's more out there.
Well, he may be looking for that right hook again and see if the opportunity arises. Argelagos is trying to.
Ahora mismo esto está claro, este pleito Rasheed no se lo está ganando. Y ahí le dio como 12 trompadas, todo ahí está en el cuerpo, mi gente. Está dando de trompa en el pecho, trompa en el gol, en el cuerpo, mi gente. Conectó como 18 trompadas. Nada más con esa 18 trompadas ya se ganó el round. Estamos debajo de 10 segundos, mi gente. Todo esto se va a terminar en cualquier segundo. Y más trompa, el rojo no está respondiendo, simplemente está recibiendo. Esa pelea es obvio que se la llevó el
It's likely he'll get number 33 in the team boxing league based on that performance. And we look back and we're going to see.
Estamos pasando aquí haciendo un
sent
repaso.
Down with a punch and it was a solid one as well. Nice short right hook by Brown.
14 wins in a row in the TBL with them, and this one with a little bit of punctuation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 2 by unanimous decision. 2 points going
Decisión
to
de los dos jueces.
Philadelphia.
Fue unánime la decisión y todo el mundo lo vimos que eso fue así. Como podamos ver aquí está 1-2 el equipo morado está encima con 2 rounds ganados.
Round 3 will be in the featherweight division.
Un solo
juego ganado.
Veamos aquí que vienen las mujeres a pelear. Viene Florencia Britos y Shaquila Ellis.
So now your Philly are saying this is great. We got the great start. And we have one of our go-tos right here.
Estamos viendo que la de la esquina roja es la
Moore,
latina.
of course, put the spotlight on this match, pointing out that it should be a really good one
Vamos a
because
ver.
Britos is a
Florencia
very
Brito
solid fighter
de
as
los
well.
guantes con las cintas rojas,
22
está
and 9.
peleando desde la esquina roja.
Some losses
Shackley
like people like Stacia
Ellis
Summers, Errol Davis,
está
Natia
peleando
Williams, the
para
cream
el
of the crop.
equipo de los morados, de los Philadelphia
Closer
Smoke,
look
mi gente.
at Ellis and what has made her
Y como veamos, acción y acción como le prometí.
amateur background that she has going all the way back. 2022 Elite Women's Champion. She has just been automatic. Perfectly set for this league.
Yeah, she has dominated, been perfect, 18-0.
Estamos viendo que la que está trayendo la pelea es
And it's a
Feliciana,
wonderful
que diga
luxury.
Florencia.
Can't even be overstated by a coach.
Está
saying,
conectando
hey,
ahí,
I
está
got
llevando la
people I
pelea,
can-
anda
I can
buscando
put
a la
in here.
de morado anda
Curious to see
corriendo
how this
mucho. Vamos a
dynamic
ver, vamos a
will
ver.
evolve. Coaches have told us
Vamos a
that
ver, vamos a ver, vamos a
they
ver.
really go
Se
hard
apagó la
to try
del
to get the
rojito, se
top female.
apagó.
They perceive
Se
a
apagó
bigger drop-off in
Florencia.
talent than in the males. So if you
Shakiria
get
está,
star
ya tú
female
sabes, ahora
fighters, you have
ella.
a huge edge.
Yeah, the depth in
Tira
women's boxing
jab
is
que
getting a
están en
lot
el
better,
aire, jab
but it's
vacío,
not
sin
always
nada,
there in
sin
every weight
ningún.
division. Britos
Oh,
has
un
moved
izquierdazo
to
a la
righty.
cara
She
de
switched, and she's
Florencia.
working on the inside. She's
Está
got
trabajando en
very
el
quick
cuerpo
hands,
Florencia ahora,
Florencia
trabajándole en el
Britos.
cuerpo a
So she's
Shakira.
capable of throwing some combinations of her own as well. As we know, Ellis is.
Trató de meter un opoco ahí, de ahí de
Britos
pronto
is
ustedes
coming
vieron.
forward, going to try to make Ellis use her defensive instincts and lateral movement.
Britos is really concentrating on getting that right hand in. And she wants to do it over the jab of Ellis because Ellis is such a pronounced jabber. She likes to use that punch.
Muchas trompadas, ninguna están conectando. Quedan 53 segundos en el reloj. Ahora mismo se viró la cosa. Yo para mí que la que está llevándose la ganancia es Shakira, la morado de la esquina azul. Y que ahí en ese momento Florencia conectó varias trompadas.
And see, back to lefty goes Britos to see if she can give Ellis a different look.
Y quedan 23 segundos en el
If
reloj.
you're going against her, you have to go in saying somebody's going to be the one that gets that victory that ends the streak. Why not me?
And Amelia was correct in saying that Britos' overall ability put her in this as a very live underdog in this fight. And she showed us that. But here comes Ellis at the end of the round. That was a good round of boxing.
And yeah, with Britos pursuing and pressuring, and Ellis trying to parry and play the defense.
Right at the end, Ellis trying to get her own right hand in and using the jab, which she did throughout the fight, or the round. That was a big staple for her.
Yo le doy la pelea a la de morado, le voy a decir la verdad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 3 by way of unanimous decision from Philadelphia, Shaquille Ellis.
That's her. Philly gets the jump up 4-0 now.
Tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fighters fuel with clean carbs and real ingredients. And now you can too. Grab their new guiltless snacks and get 35% off right now with code G at balanceofnature.com. At lightweight for Philadelphia in round 4, it is Angel Hernandez. For Las Vegas, Osvela Caballero.
Ángel Hernández subiendo al ring como vieron.
Caballero
Está en la esquina
6-0.
azul.
Cuba. We fight KO streak up until
Ángel viene de Cuba,
and
cubano.
TBL 30-6, nice wins over Victor Abreu and the Ghost, Diego Dominguez. So some credentials there for him.
Yeah, both those men very, very good in team boxing. This is one of those
Osbel
matchups that
Caballero
when you looked
también.
at it on paper, you said, intriguing to say the least. Hernandez with the wins over Jose Diaz Rodriguez, or win over him the last time out in the season opener. That was
El azul
impressive.
está conectando más trompadas, está más animado. ¡Wow! Un intercambio de trompadas directamente a la cara ahí, ¿vieron ahí?
A split.
¡Wow!
Caballero last time out.
And did a nice left hook. And a good up jab.
Ángel Hernández sin dormirse.
As he does that, Hernandez coming
Le
right
está
to him.
dando seguimiento.
Yeah, this is the high
Pero
pedigree.
Caballero
We've seen already all the
también
way
está
throughout these
conectando.
matches.
Otra vez un intercambio de trompa a la cara.
You know, so far, you know, while Las Vegas is on the short end with 1 point only, that could change on a heartbeat. Hernandez has been pretty, I think, more volume in this round than Caballero's had. Not everything landing, of course, but he has thrown more.
And that does matter in the judge's eyes if the rest of the round is perceived even. Could be one avenue for a tiebreak.
And these two fought before in season 2, and Hernandez lost to Caballero. So
Eso
he's hoping
no
to,
es nocaut para ninguno de los dos,
turn
mi
that
gente.
around here.
Ahí estaban en lucha libre, se les olvidó que estaban boxeando.
A lot of energy trying to get into punching position. There's the sportsmanship. And they go from there. 1 minute to go.
Oh.
They both feel that this is in the balance.
Otra vez.
High shots.
Los dos están conectando, mi
And now
gente.
Caballero being much
Golpe
more aggressive,
peligroso.
though being countered a little bit by Hernandez.
Has to employ the risk-reward scenario to try and get some offense. Take the risk with it. It was a good, sneaky right hand by Caballero.
Tremenda par de trompas conectados ahí. Osbel
The last
Caballero.
minute of this round, much more aggression
19
from Caballero than we
segundos
saw
en el reloj.
early in the match. But Hernandez certainly punching back.
The judges are going to have a bit of a
Ángel
dilemma
está
about what
respondiendo,
landed,
como
what didn't.
podemos ver. Pero ahora el que está llevando el pleito al oponente es el de rojo, mi gente.
Quite a good round boxing.
The question will be whether the early part of the round for Hernandez will take precedent over the ending part. There's Caballero landing that nice right hand. He really used that punch in the last minute or so of the round a lot.
They're psyched in the Philly sector.
TBL fans, the winner of round 4 by split decision. From the Las Vegas Hustle, Osbel Caballero.
Came on strong late.
Se lo llevó
Caballero gets it.
la esquina roja, como
Both
ustedes
teams
pudieron ver
have
ahí, mi
asserted
gente.
their high quality. It's close as we go through the first 4 matches.
Eso estaba muy
Vegas
cerca.
and Philly
Fue
showing
una
us what we
decisión, ya
thought we were
ustedes
going to
saben que
see.
no fue fácil de
4
hacer.
straight ahead.
Y ahí tiene los logos de cada uno de esos dos equipos. Con eso dicho, en lo que vamos para el round 5 de una vez. Eso fue rápido, que no pusieron anuncios. Ok. Vamos para encima. Tengo que cambiar cuando la música, cuando estamos así en el tiempo de espera, porque ellos meten música que no tengo licencia.
Seguimos
yo para
en vivo.
producirla.
No olvides suscribirte para no perderte ninguno de mis eventos. Si eres fanático de los deportes, mi canal es el que debes seguir. Y recuerda avisarles a tus amigos.
Regreso de los 90, mi gente, como yo comienzo.
Juan sábelo todo. Luces encendidas, ya se siente la presión. El estadio vibra fuerte con cada transmisión. Desde el fútbol hasta el calibre y el balón. Aquí vivimos cada jugada con pasión. Desde la cancha.
All right, round 5, the TBL 3-2. Philadelphia up over New York, and Amelia Moore has a special guest. Go ahead, Amelia.
Gentlemen, I'm down here in the bullpen with Chermaine Patricio of the Philadelphia Smoke. Madam, she has been on an absolute tear. Recently claimed the WBA Continental Championship title, which is an interim title into the WBA, and also the NABF title, which I myself just claimed 2 weekends ago. Girl, you are on fire. Let's talk about that. You have been on Team USA. We've traveled the world together. Does it feel like those titles have great validation for the hard work, or has it just made you way more hungry?
It definitely makes me way more hungry. Like I want to just keep on going on to the next. And what I do intake, like, wow, I'm really here. But then it makes me work harder, and then I just go on to the back in training camp and get ready for whatever's coming.
Speaking of what's coming next, what is coming next?
Well, my upcoming fight, I'll be fighting WBA International on April 25 in Baltimore.
Oh my God, it's literally coming up. It's right around the corner in Baltimore. I think that's a Tony Jenner card.
Yes.
I know, that's actually where I started boxing. So we're literally on the doorstep of world title contention. Anything that you feel like you're working on to sharpen up, or you're just ready?
Well, I'm just ready, but we're going to sharpen up a little too. But I'm just ready. Whenever the time is coming, hopefully the end of this year, I'm praying. And in God's hands, everything will be aligned.
Any last words you want to give out to the bantamweight division? Put those ladies on notice.
I'm coming for it. I'm coming for that #1 spot, so whoever wants to smoke, come and get it.
There you have it. Catch her here very soon. Dave, get us back into the ring.
Thank you, Amelia. And those titles do often put you in the world rankings. It can make you right away an optional title defense for certain champions. So you win those titles and you are in the house.
We have 2 tall, stylish lefties who are banging away. And Salgado just landed a really good right hook. He and Johnson both with very good, pro records and a solid TBL as well.
So interesting that they talk about the stylistic matchups when it's righty versus lefty. And when it's lefty versus lefty, then what becomes the punch of choice?
Yeah, it's very hard. The right hook is there when you have it if you're a lefty against lefty. Not everybody does. Both these men going at it here in this round. It's been an excellent round.
Terrific pace. The 2 lefties putting up a great shot at an uppercut underneath. Everything a would-be KO blast. Boy, that's going to be in the discussions for round of the night.
Yeah, absolutely, and we see both these teams reacting, and that's one of the fun things about team boxing. And both these men, they're celebrating what they did, and big right hook from Salgado, a good straight left by Johnson, mixed in that attack there. And man, oh man, both these men, Johnson 22-5 in team boxing. He'd like to get 23.
By unanimous decision from the Philadelphia Smoke, Isaiah Johnson.
So Johnson gets this great round for Philadelphia. And like you said, they came out first very happy about what they did. Figured they could not have done any more. And then it's a bonus if they get the pull.
Brought to you by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. At super welterweight for Philadelphia, the new Ray Robinson. For Las Vegas, Tislan Ravala Ginza.
All right, Robinson and Gainza getting ready. Gainza 3-0 at Cuba Southpaw. Lost 2 to Angel Munoz in the TBL opener. Won his last 4 last year.
Yeah, losing 2 in a row hadn't happened in a night. Hadn't happened to him ever in team boxing. He's got the 13-5 record in team boxing, so that was a rarity for him.
Now, Gainza has quite an interesting track on life. Take a look at him. He says he's a model. And he's been in runway shows and also sparred with guys like Devin Haney and Arizlandi Lowry. So that's quite a resume being packed by this young 24-year-old.
Yeah, I've announced several of his pro fights, and he does this. He comes forward, and he is pressing the 40-year-old Ray Robinson, the man who at various times has fought top fighters like Sean Porter and beat Breedis Prescott. So even at 40, he's got a lot of experience. But if you're the young man, you want to press the veteran.
Yeah, make him use his legs, make him try to feel how old he is.
Robinson making his season 4 debut. He's been even 500 at 16-16 in team boxing, but he is facing a whirlwind right here against Gainza.
Good left hand by Gainza. Gainza doing a nice job cutting off the ring here too.
You get the feeling Gainza came in here tonight saying, only once has it happened to me to lose twice in one night. I'm not going to let it happen again here in team boxing.
Yeah, how you come back from something like that says a lot about motivation and determination. Guy can come out angry. That's the look of it.
Robinson trying to counterpunch effectively, and he is normally fairly good at that. And Robinson, amazing, you know, he's 40 years old. He fought Mikhail Fox in February of this year. He lost a decision to him, only a month and a half ago. So he's still campaigning actively.
So the Vegas bench caught up in the action, the teammates rooting for each other. Campaigning actively, you don't know when your opportunities will be there, so you stay with it. Sometimes you can get on a roll, and we've seen Gainza be a pretty sharp puncher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he really has.
All the head movement he's been able to mix in with that.
Great experience, of course, with the Cuban amateur team, and he's showing us a pretty good boxing pedigree here tonight against a clever opponent. I don't think that would be called a knockdown.
And it's very big that they made the right call, because Gainza has done so many things right, and if that had called gone the other way, that's a major shift. But Dizlan Gainza hoping that this is his runway and a good modeling show for him here.
Well, here's the point that, as Dave pointed out, was called correctly because it was a trip, and had it been called a knockdown, it would have drastically turned that round around. Good offense by Gainza. Not everything landing, but he's shown you the volume of punching that he did in that round. So we'll see if that paid off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round number 6 via unanimous decision from Las Vegas, Dizlan Gainza.
I think we said something about this being a tight one. Didn't we? 4-3.
I believe so.
Only a knockdown separating the teams at this point.
Round 7 at middleweight. Philadelphia will showcase Paul Kroll. He'll collide against Las Vegas' Joseph Hicks.
That's so Paul the Punisher Kroll, 7-10 in TBL, 12-0 outside of TBL. Shows the contrast we've often discussed about how it's a different animal when you come into the one-round format and try to get everything, of course, where every round is the last round. His pro record goes back to 2018, so he hasn't gotten as much action as he has gotten in the TBL.
And for Joseph Hicks from Grand Rapids, you know, he's 12-1 as a pro, promoted by Salida Promotions. He's had a lot of build-up and fought for the USBA title. Did not win it. He lost to Wendy Toussaint, and he's at 32 trying to make his way. Now coming on, making his debut in team boxing, and we'll see if he's a big addition to this Las Vegas team.
It's always refreshing to see how energized the fighters are when they commit to this. It's all new. It's something that they've heard about. Usually their friends and teammates in other areas or fellow trainers and coaches have told them, hey, you should give this a shot.
Hicks landed a real nice short left uppercut as a counter to Kroll, who was coming in. And Joseph Hicks is not by nature a quick starter in his pro fights, which could have an impact on how he does here in team boxing.
That's a big point.
But he landed a real nice right hand there, picking up the pace.
Train yourself to be a fast starter in this. And then if you go out back into the traditional boxing world after you've been in here long enough, good chances you will be a fast starter in those fights.
You've seen that, right? Yeah. Fighters scoring first round knockouts. Kroll's been coming forward, but not always landing, and Hicks has done some counter punching, so it looks like it's kind of up in the air right now.
Still a minute to go for one to get a clear-cut edge. There's a good left hook that got in.
They kind of traded them, and Hicks was a little bit better, but he and Kroll were exchanging that punch a lot.
Hicks is on the stalk right now.
This is one of those rounds where some good punches landed here in this final segment could cement a victory.
So Hicks has had the geographic edge.
Yeah.
It'll be up to the judges to decide if that's enough.
Oh, no, it's overhand right by Hicks right at the end. Near the end of this round.
Well contested.
And for Joseph Hicks, he can now say he has some experience in this team boxing, and that's helpful for somebody for sure. He and Kroll, they're exchanging left hooks, and Hicks might have gotten in a little better there, but that was one of those seminal moments in this fight.
TBL fans, the winner of round 7 by unanimous decision from the Philadelphia Smoke, Paul Kroll.
So the geographic advantage did not translate into points for Hicks, and Philadelphia gets back up to a 2-point advantage. Final of the launch round.
Our final launch round in the heavyweight division for the Philadelphia Smoke, Elijah Akana. Coming Las Vegas is Hyrek Ruiz.
So here we go. Ruiz, Cuban fighter, has won the Astana Cup in Russia. Roberto Bellata Championship 3 times in Cuba. And first joined the national team in 2015. A bit of a pivotal matchup here. It's been even, but this is probably an important one for Vegas to try to trim it to 1 or less. Philadelphia to try and get its biggest lead in the contest if they're able to get this with Akana.
Yeah, this is...
Some good hustle here by Ruiz. Now it is Ruiz having the ring cut off against him by Akana, who tries to get to work along the ropes. Advantage opportunity right here for Akana if he can capitalize it. He just missed with a big right hand. Set it up and almost had the payday.
And he's got some power in the right hand and trying to get that punch in here.
Now it is Akana pressing the attack and trying to work on the inside here against Ruiz, who's trying to fight him off.
And both these men over 500 in their team boxing career, and wanting to continue that positive energy.
For the next big development here, and it just missed with the right hand from Akana, and then Ruiz with a short counter, and that was a good left hand by Ruiz that gets in.
Jairo Ruiz has used that left hand in previous fights very effectively. Hasn't been able to unload it as much as he would want probably in this round, but it has gotten in from time to time.
Oh, and a bomb by Ruiz.
That was an amazing left hand from Ruiz. We said he's been looking for that punch, and he got it in.
One of the best punches of the night so far.
And there you can see Ruiz desperately trying to get that left hand in and working on the inside. Akana, who did that effectively. And he's working in there.
Final launch round by unanimous decision from Las Vegas, Jairo Ruiz.
So Jairo Ruiz with that overhand left perhaps helps Las Vegas narrow the margin.
At the end of the launch rounds, Philadelphia leads Las Vegas 5-4. The middle rounds are on the way.
So close as we expected
Also,
it
Team
to
Boxing
be.
League fans, make sure to download.
Very good competitive fights, flashes of power, and really a fun evening of boxing, just as we thought. What about what's coming up in the future? Here's Dave Bontempo.
Hey, Al, we're enjoying the excitement and hearing from fans. Where can we watch Team Boxing League on TV? There are a lot of places where TBL is seen. We'll tell you all about that. Watch our network TV partner, Envoy TV, for all TBL matches live on Envoy Fast, with full season encores on both Envoy Fast and Envoy TV every day. Get the Envoy app in the Apple and Android stores or on the Local Now app. Envoy TV is available to subscribers of Spectrum and Friendly TV. Connected TV users with Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, Samsung, and LG devices can download the TBL app and watch both live action and previous matches on demand. TBL is also seen on YouTube, the TBL app, and in Spanish on Estrella Network and Fast Channel. Tell your friends.
the TBL Summit between Philadelphia and Las Vegas, living up to expectations as after the launch rounds, Philadelphia holding a 5-4 lead. Dave Bontempo along with Al Bernstein. Well, we said it was close, and basically what we found in the highlight rounds is what made the difference there.
Yeah, both these teams showing their best, lots of close rounds, and the only difference separating these teams is one knockdown.
That's right, and it was the second fight of the night involving Rasheem Brown in the launch rounds, and this is where the difference is right now.
Yeah, Rasheem Brown, of course, a very clever and stylish boxer, but he's got pop in his punches, and a short right hook that you could barely see sent Argalagos down, and he got himself a win with an extra point. And then in round 7, Paul Kroll and Joseph Hicks. Hicks making his debut in Team Boxing League in Las Vegas, hoping he'd be a big addition to the team. Well, Paul Kroll, a veteran of Team Boxing, and he engaged in a very, very good round. There was a moment when they exchanged left hooks. It was Kroll, though, who ended up getting the win, his 8th on Team Boxing. So it was a big win for them.
It was knockdowns, it was technical proficiency, it was great action all the way through. And now we go into the middle rounds, and what has caught your eye?
Round 16 looks pretty interesting to me, and it's got the heavyweights. Kai Brooks, who has been on a tear for Las Vegas, and Kanja Nathan. And by the way, they met in the Team Boxing League debut of Kai Brooks, and Brooks won. So Kanja Nathan looking for some revenge.
All right, and will it be a knockout or a decision like last time? We'll find out. The middle rounds are upon us, and here is Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, we begin the middle rounds, round 9. Stream every moment of TBL Season 4 live on the Team Boxing League app, available on Apple TV 4K, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhone and Android devices. Don't miss a second of TBL Team Boxing League action. The middle rounds begin at featherweight. For Philadelphia, Maria Antunes. For Las Vegas, Jordan Edwards.
All right, so Jordan Edwards, 2 losses to Lizette Lopez, looking to find a niche. And Maria Antunes from Honduras, now in Pennsylvania, was a good college soccer player, then 5 Western Pennsylvania Gold Gloves, and also a 3-time Pennsylvania State Gold Gloves, and represented Honduras in international competition.
Except for that, she has done nothing in amateur sports.
What about the last week?
Yeah, right. What's she been up to?
We're not asking for too much.
Yeah, this should be an interesting matchup, to be sure. Neither has a lot of team boxing experience. Only 3 fights between them. And Antunes lost to Angelis Mendez, who we saw looked very impressive this weekend in her opening bout this season. And for Edwards, 2 losses, as you pointed out, to Lizette Lopez.
Well, we told you about Edwards. What about Antunes? Or we told you about Antunes. What about Edwards? There you go. Good look at this promising fighter. In boxing way back, and the goal is to show that the MMA people can do a good job moving into boxing, and some have, and it's a good goal. So many different disciplines in TBL.
Yeah, Edwards' first love was boxing, and she went into MMA, and then once she became a better striker in MMA, she said, I want to go back to boxing, and that's part of her move back into the Team Boxing League, and she's hoping it'll be fruitful for her.
5-4, Philadelphia after the launch rounds. This the opener of the middle rounds. Dave Bontempo along with Al Bernstein and Amelia Moore at ringside. Glad you're with us as the TBL Summit is all that's been advertised so far between these 2 teams that are expected to make a lot of noise come Mega Brawl time, even though that's months away.
And, you know, for all the matches that we knew a lot about the fighters and thought they would be close, this is one of the ones where they weren't sure who was going to rise to the moment. And that's why this is a match that kind of was really undecided about who you thought would win. And both women in this, especially in the last minute or so, have done really good offensive work.
Here is Edwards trying to crowd, and Antunes trying to keep her off. They've gone back and forth, and Antunes, with all that amateur experience, still not that much separating them in his fight.
Both women have landed some very good right hands, and here on the inside, it was Edwards before, but then at that last moment, Antunes got some good things done on the inside.
Good left hook by Antunes just before the bell, and they put it all out there.
This was a fun round. There's the right hand that we talked about with Antunes. And Edwards also landed some during that round. Uppercut by Edwards. So you see a variety of punches by both these women, and each one taking turns. This was Edwards' turn, doing good work, but countering by Antunes.
TBL fans, the winner of round 9 via split decision. From Philadelphia, Maria Antunes.
That left hook at the end did not hurt. Good thing just before the bell for her. So again, Vegas on the verge, and
our next
Philly
round is
pushing them
brought to you
back.
by Climax Moonshine, fire number 32, known to bring the heat. At lightweight for Philadelphia, Najim Johns. They'll meet from Las Vegas, Elena Medina.
Alan Medina, Najim Johns. Let's take a closer look at Alan Medina, who started boxing at the age of 8. One of the things he says I love, because everybody wants to be great, but nobody's willing to try. So there you go. That's kind of his way of telling you that he wants to be willing to try.
Well, he's a veteran of team boxing with over 33 matches. He split his matches on March 21st against Jose Rodriguez, who we saw perform very well this weekend. And so he got off to a fairly good start this season. And it was a one-loss split decision by Najim Johns against Adonis Wilkins. And the lefty theme continues. As I said at the beginning, we're going to see a lot of them tonight.
Yeah, and the action has been high-paced in them. Now, what's interesting to me in the 10th match now is that sometimes early in the season, coaches will throw fighters in to see what they have, see if they can develop, see if there's something that can happen for this fighter down the road. But the coaches have approached this like, well, this is must win, and you really have to earn your spot tonight on these teams, and they're fighting it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think everybody senses even though it's so early in the season, senses the importance of this matchup to set the tone. From both with these two lefties, we talked about punches that can land. The straight left can get there, and we saw Johns get it a moment ago.
And there was a good shot from a countering situation for Johns.
Medina has not taken any pro fights outside of the TBL since 2023. He only had 2 pro fights. All his action has been inside TBL, as I mentioned. 33 matches in Team Boxing League, which makes him quite a veteran.
And also these guys able to read maybe the handwriting on the wall. If you haven't had a fight since 2022, you may not have the connections to get one that you like. So take this.
Yeah, team boxing is a great outlet. Good left hands during this round for Johns. I think if you thought of the two lefties and say who's landing the better straight lefts, it would be Johns. But Medina has been active, certainly, but mostly with the jab.
Johns has landed a couple of nice counter left hands. All right, so see how the judges take this one and whether Vegas can get back within one or Philly pulls out to a 3-point lead.
There's a counter right hook by Johns that nicked Alan Medina.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 10 by way of split decision. From the Las Vegas hustle, Elena Medina.
So all the fighters beware, we're having a bevy of split
Beg
decisions.
your pardon, Philadelphia won the round via split decision.
Ooh. Well, still a bevy of split decision.
That doesn't
Didn't change that
you.
part.
Round 11 features super lightweights. Stage of Subtles against Las Vegas's Joanna Numurauri.
All right, this is a strong point in the Philadelphia lineup. Stacia Suttles, natural, she calls her. Freight train, as I've called her in the last year, where she has just steamrolled through opposition. 9-time international medalist. Wants to make her younger self proud. That's a good little piece of motivation.
And Numurauri is coming forward very aggressive. She's 7-0 as a pro and 2-0 in TBL, Numurauri. So, and she won 2 matches against Erica Farias on the 21st. So she is not daunted by this task of facing Suttles, who has such a daunting 17-2 record in team boxing.
This is quite a test for the new fighter from Las Vegas, who's a stunt and movie actress and calls herself the Sweet Sexy Savage. When we had her a couple weeks ago, she was engaging in the post-fight interviews, and you got the sense of she had a little Hollywood panache type thing, the way to build herself up. And guess what? She puts herself well here. This is among the best that she's going to face all year. So this is pivotal.
She is from Sofia, Bulgaria, a wonderful city. I've visited on a number of occasions. Her and her brother are event managers at a big club there, where the club scene is one of the biggest in Europe. So she's a very eclectic person. Right now, though, she's got to deal with the pressure of Stacia Suttles, who is landing some big shots like that right hand.
Well, it's all business with Suttles. That's a very good right hand by her. And Philadelphia was thrilled to pick her up.
Yeah,
from New York. You know, you're looking for those little advantages.
Yeah, that a very big addition to go along with Rashida Ellis. Well, this has been a fun round to watch, and Suttles has kind of made a subtle shift in it, I think, in the last 45 seconds to a minute, landing some big power punches that has been a little daunting for Numurauri.
Yeah, getting some distance is Suttles, and throwing from further back. Got a long winning streak, 17-2, 17 wins in a row, and the last person to beat her is ringside. That is Amelia Moore.
Yes.
Last year in the opener.
Yeah.
So what a run since then. Also gives you an indication about Amelia's talent as a boxer, and of course she recently won her Continental Championship.
Yeah, Suttles showing her medal here in the latter part of this round. Former runner-up in the U.S. Nationals twice. She's got those great amateur credentials, and as we said, her team boxing has been on a huge run.
Bastante ahí. Vamos a ver a quién le dieron aquí.
top, arguably the top female fighter on the circuit, and one of the best on the entire circuit. So this is a good measuring rod for her opponent as well.
Yeah, and the jab of Settles was really special in this match. And we saw it on display.
Conectando bastante trompada para ganar este round, pero vamos a ver. Vamos a ver lo que dicen aquí los jueces.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of the round 11 by unanimous decision from the Philadelphia Smoke Station Settles.
8-4.
Well, the train keeps on rolling for Philadelphia. Well, one thing we wanted to make a point. This has been an excellent team in their middle and money rounds.
Champions don't just train hard, they train consistently. Balance of Nature's new gutless snacks help support energy, recovery, and performance. Go to balanceofnature.com and use the code TEAM for 35% off your first order. Round 12 at welterweight for Philadelphia, Stephen Cunningham Jr. He'll meet for Las Vegas, Dariana Castro.
So Castro will try to put Las Vegas on the board in the middle rounds here.
A la esquina de Isaiah Johnson, esquina morada, esquina azul, que diga, pantalón morado. Y vamos a ver lo que traen estos boxeadores aquí esta noche. Ese estilo de boxeo con los brazos abajo a mí nunca me ha gustado. Parece más un estilo callejero que un estilo de
Vegas, 25-4. Good split with Rahman, Muhammad, beat Javon Davis. 0-1 this year, lost to Osvaldo Lopez.
And he's taking on Isaiah Johnson for the Philadelphia Smoke. We saw Johnson win against Salgado earlier this evening. Now here he is back in action at 147.
Mucho bailar, mucho estilo, muchas cosas, mucho guaje, mucho llante y nada de trompar.
Double jab with the left hand getting through.
And Castro, one of the many Cuban-born fighters on this Las Vegas team, a four-time Cuban champion. So he's brings a lot into this. Johnson, as we pointed out before, a very successful TBL fighter, got his 23rd win in the last fight earlier this evening.
So how did Vegas become a hotbed for Cuban talent? Is it coaches and then they recruit fighters, or how does it actually happen?
I think it's because of the fact that they can spar with people, as we pointed out, Gainza does, and get lots of work in between, and a number of Cuban coaches got there, and it is a place for it. And these two men going at it. The first fight Johnson was in was a good one, and this one is great as well.
Yeah, everybody on this card, you're seeing it again here, they're fighting as if there's not a second to lose. Even if you're not throwing a punch, there's some strategy here.
And Castro's been aggressive coming forward, but has been countered a lot like there with these combinations by Johnson. There's a reason Isaiah Johnson has won all these team boxing league matches.
Castro es que ha conectado más trompada al cuerpo y a la cabeza. En que el morado es que más trompas ha tirado. Pero no hace nada con tirar trompas.
Because you have to make the judges think you're toying with your opponent as you're being attacked.
And it's not that Castro's landing some of those overhand lefts. He is, but I don't know if he's landing enough. And that was a fascinating round between these two men. Castro undefeated as a pro, so he's,
And to your point, Philly thinks they have this. So the benches were erupting in glee. That's good action there.
Yeah, Isaiah Johnson certainly had a good round for himself. And if you had to ask me who I thought edged it out, it would be Johnson, but we'll see.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 12 by way of unanimous decision from the Philadelphia Smoke, Isaiah Johnson.
Es que tiró demasiada trompa.
Philadelphia 9,
Y el
Las
otro estaba
Vegas
como si fuera un
4.
charlatán riéndose y gozando en el ring.
Philadelphia doing a great job in the middle rounds as they so
Team
often
Boxing
do,
League fans,
putting
as we
some distance now between them and Vegas. Is Vegas going to make a run? We'll find out when we come back.
Tengo que cambiar de música, mi gente.
¡Sábelo todo! ¡Hey, hey! ¡Deporte en vivo! ¡Hey, hey! Juan sábelo todo. Luces encendidas, ya se siente la presión. El estadio vibra fuerte con cada transmisión. Desde el fútbol hasta el calibre y el balón. Aquí vivimos cada jugada con pasión. Desde la cancha hasta la narración. Aquí no es solo juego, es emoción. Si suena el silbato, comienza la acción. Quédate conectado, sube el volumen, campeón. No olvides suscribirte para no perderte ninguno de mis eventos. Si eres fanático de los deportes, mi canal es el que debes seguir. Y recuerda avisarles a tus amigos. Juan Sabelo Todo Deporte llegó para quedarse. Busca Juan Sabelo Todo Deporte en YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram o Facebook. En YouTube primero estamos creciendo, en Twitch encendiendo, seguimos subiendo. Cada jugada la estamos viviendo. Juan Sabelo Todo transmitiendo. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde el soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo Todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde el soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo Todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. El deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde el soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo Todo, puro motor. Ahora sí, ahora seguimos aquí. La energía nunca va a morir. Cada partido listo para ti. Comenta, comparte, quédate en mí. No importa el marcador, aquí celebramos cada gol, cada strike, cada control. La vibra sube sin temor. Twitch encendido, público activo, YouTube creciendo, todo positivo. TikTok e Insta vienen después, pero aquí comenzamos otra vez. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Hoy veo sobre el ring, College crowd gritando win. Este stream no tiene fin. Juan Sabelo Todo, let's begin. Sube la adrenalina, se siente la rutina. Streaming día tras día, construyendo disciplina.
Que yo me sentí
Somos familia deportiva, aquí la vida es positiva. Si te gusta el juego real, este es tu canal. La pasión la llevo conmigo. El deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo Todo, puro
Entonces aquí
motor.
vamos a pasar al pleito, mi gente. Vamos a pasar al pleito.
Okay, thank you, Amelia. He said it. You said it all the time. Joseph Hicks with the slow start, and we will see him again and see what kind of adjustments he does
Y
make.
veamos que
It's
todos los
fascinating. They
boxeadores
came
están
to
aquí
TBL
conectando de
to
dos
fix that.
manos, de ambos lados.
Diane
El de
DePaster
rojo está tirando como
who is
trompada de más
a
firma,
very
que
experienced
si
team
coge al
boxing
del morado lo va a tumbar. Si lo agarra con uno de esos,
competitor
quedan 33
with
segundos en el
25 and
reloj.
18 record against
Vamos a
against Sarah Jefferson. Who has won Team Boxing League match. And DePestro's having himself, I think, a pretty good round here. And Vegas needs that.
Que quedan 15 segundos, mi gente. El golpe al cuerpo por el rojo, muy bien conectado. Este round yo se lo doy al rojo, mi gente. Yo lo veo que ha sido el que más buscaba.
Because they need to stay close, because they've got the hammer coming down at the end of the middle rounds. Kai Brooks moving down closer to him. He will face Conja Nathan.
And there was the straight right hand that got it for Jefferson, but also DePestro landed as well.
Muy bonito esa conectada ahí. Para mí que los rojos se llevaron este round, mi gente.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner.
Ya recuerden que ustedes están aquí con JuanSabeloTodoDeportes en vivo, mi gente.
From the Las Vegas Hustle, Diana DePestro.
La llevaron la verga, se la llevaron de los
Double
Las
D
Vegas Hustle.
gets Vegas on the board in the middle rounds. Pulls it tighter and very important now because they have to go up against one of the studs of the Philadelphia team in Jesse Hart.
Vengan los rojos decididos a tirar trompa, conectar y a
Our next round is
pelear.
brought to you by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. Round 14.
Tengamos a Jesse Hart.
For Philadelphia, Jesse Hart. He'll meet from Las Vegas, JuanSabeloTodoDeportes Martinez.
When we last saw Jesse Hart, he was stopping Francis Slanger with a big win, changed the match, a 4-pointer for Philadelphia, and then Philly went on a roll. The leader of this team, so that's what they look to him for. And Martinez from Cuba is trying to beat one of Philly's top guys.
Yeah, Martinez 5-1 as a pro. He won his debut on March 21st, beating Angel Lozano on Team Boxing. And he is a very experienced amateur fighter. Over 200 amateur fights, won international medals for Cuba. So while Jesse Hart has much more experience as a pro, fought for regional championships and won them. And
tienen hambre, los rojos tienen hambre, hay hambre con los rojos, hay hambre.
This is one of those fights where Martinez is a live underdog because of his experience.
Wow, buena conectada, como ustedes vieron ahí. Fue una buena conectada ahí en que el otro del morado le lleva tamaño y le lleva distancia. El de rojo está pegando más trompada. Vamos a ver si sigue así. Si continúa así, se va a llevar, se lo va a llevar, se va a llevar el round, que lo necesitan los rojos. Lo necesitan los Las Vegas. Ya tú sabes. Mira, conecta y regresa y conecta. Conectó 4 trompas ahí, como ustedes vieron. Te devuelve a la misma de eso es dame y yo te doy una vez. Eso no va a esperar de nada. El otro le da y este le devuelve rápido y conectado una vez.
Both men are landing right hands very well. I mean, both men have landed some hard right hands. And it's going to be up to the judges. And we got a minute left in this round to decide who landed the most and which ones were better. There's Hart landing that punch again. It's been a punch of choice for both men.
56 segundos de reloj, mi gente. Estamos en el round número 13.
And there's Hart getting his in.
Looping right by Hart.
14, estamos en el round 14 ya, mi gente. Vamos para encima, vamos para encima, vamos para encima.
Just misses with the right hand behind the jab.
Vamos para encima, rojo, vamos, dale, no te canses. Buena trompada, cotilla, casi lo hinca. Casi lo hinca por el estómago, casi le dio un fuetazo ahí en la cotilla.
Have they been enough? And Hart has been using all of this ring in the last 30 seconds and kind of effectively in a way. And sneaking in some counter punches.
Vamos a ver, quedan 14 segundos de reloj, mi gente, y esto está funcionando, están tirando trompaqueando.
Disrupt him, and the veteran move.
De rojo, no te canses, dale, tirando 10 segundos, trompa limpia, trompa. Vamos, Rojito, vamos, que está sonando la campana casi.
Well, that was an interesting round of boxing.
And they didn't tap after. Jesse Hartley rubbed his glove in the face and did it just out of the eyes of the referee.
Yeah, Martinez wasn't happy with him and was complaining to the referee. And here's some of the action. The right hand getting in there and by Hart, but then you see the right hand by Martinez as well. So judges had to be paying attention to which man was landing better. A lot of awkward action on the inside. There's Martinez with the right. So we saw both men landing that punch.
By unanimous decision from the Las Vegas Hustle, Martinez.
El que tiene más hambre que se lo lleva, el que quiere más trompa.
Round of 15.
Y esto es un solo round.
Leaders
trae eso es tirando, zumbando bombas donde que
opposing squad. So Vegas right there now.
For the Philadelphia Smoke, it is Steve USS Cunningham Sr. For the Las Vegas also Luis Rafael Portuando Alcala.
A pivotal match here. 9-6 now. Philadelphia ahead. If Las Vegas could pull it to 9-7 before Kai Brooks, it's be a very good development for them. And for Philadelphia, you want to pull out to a more comfortable edge before Las Vegas's biggest hitter goes in.
And Cunningham, the veteran, 49 years old, former two-time cruiserweight champion. But hey, on March 20th, guess what? He won twice against Tessie Ivas-Talley.
Let's take another look at Cunningham, 49 years young, and wins over guys like Tyson Fury. Going back with that USS Cunningham. Remember him in the cruiserweight division, and coming back to seem ageless now. So you get young fighters coming in here, 18 years old. And then you get the quote-unquote elder statesman who can still show people how it's done. Yeah,
and as we pointed out, he won several weeks ago, and he knocked Fury down, even though he didn't win that fight. And but Steve Cunningham is a force in that ring still at this age, and for Portuando Kaya, who is 6-6 in team boxing, he split on March 21st against Juan Higuera. Won one and lost one. So, and as you point out, with Kai Brooks on deck and always a danger to get 4 points for Las Vegas, this fight has implications.
9-6 Philadelphia right now. Philadelphia has been a good second half of the lineup team over the years.
Kaya landing a nice right hand there a moment ago when he pushed Cunningham against the ropes.
Good work there by Cunningham with the jab and then right hand and being elusive.
He is pretty remarkable for 49 years of age. I mean, he really is. That's just good work by him. And this format's perfect. You fight one round.
Yeah, and what you can salute for him is the reflexes.
Yeah.
The 49-year-old to pick up all the cues. Usually what happens at these ages, you don't see it as quickly as you saw it before. You can't react as quickly. You know what to do, but you can't. Well, he's going back on all that, and he's been able to stand strong.
Yeah, nice right hand. He gets hit by Kaya with the right hand, but withstands it. Both these men have landed some punches of note in this round.
And what you do when you're 49, you know when to tie up and try to use a little clock. That's a boxing version of it.
Kaya's, when he's gotten Cunningham on the ropes, he's done some good work. And that was an interesting round of boxing.
All right, so is it 9-7 or 10-6? A very big decision coming up here in terms of the scoring by the judges.
I think you can make a case either way in that match.
Yeah. Depending on what you like to reward, they both made a good case.
Las Vegas also, Luis Rafael Portuando Alcala.
It's 9-7 from 9-4.
The plot thickens.
Yes, it does. And now the guy, just a little bit of pressure on him because he's been talked about in social media for the last week and a half. KO Kai Brooks. 2 fights, 2 knockouts.
Our final middle round will be in the heavyweight division. For Philadelphia, Concha Nathan. Coming from the Las Vegas hustle, Kai Brooks.
Now, even though we're building up the KO record for Brooks, they did fight before and he got a decision, so that could lead you to think it might be a little more stylistic.
Yeah, and Concha Nathan never met a brawl he didn't like. He's coming in here off winning twice. One was a split decision back in March 20th against Dusan Veletic, and they fought in the first team boxing league match that Brooks had, so we'll see.
Will this have the seismic impact on this fight as it did the last time he was in the ring? Or is Nathan being a better fighter, perhaps, and somebody's decisions suggested more tactical?
Yeah, exactly. And Nathan is 20-11 in team boxing. Brooks 9-1. And the thing about Nathan is when he gets involved in those slugfests, he gives as much as he gets, and often more, as he did against Veletic.
So we're seeing some channeled chaos so far from the fighters. A lot of respect being given, and nobody really leaping out of their shoes.
Yeah, a caution, I think, a little bit by both men. They know they're both big hitters. Body work by Concha Nathan.
Well, we chose this as the round to watch for a lot of different reasons. One of them being what Brooks did last week. And then we suspected this would be close when they came to fight, and it is.
Right hand by Nathan, and then Brooks coming back. Nice left hook.
Let's see who does something off the jab with the power hand here. Both being opportunistic. See where that left hand is by Nathan. Daring Kai Brooks to bite on it.
Brooks starting to use his jab a little bit more. Brooks didn't, he wasn't throwing a lot in the first part of this round.
Well, it's basically, you get the sense he understood that this would be more of a boxing effort, like coming from Nathan, who's not taking the chances that maybe other fighters do.
No, I agree, and both men from the outside have had some success, but not as much as you would anticipate. The jab of Brooks, if there's something maybe you could look at and say that's the difference, though Nathan gets in a good right hand, it might be the jab of Brooks.
It's kept him on the outside, and now he goes after Nathan, but it's with 15 seconds to go. It's heating up.
And I'll tell you, Nathan landed a nice counter right. So if the judges pay attention to that, they'll see that punch getting in. So it's a close round there. The overhand right of Concha Nathan is a factor whenever he fights.
All right, he was in this all the way. This is going to be a tight one.
I agree.
And your Philly, you already dodged the biggest hitter, and there was a good shot by Nathan and one by Brooks. Yeah, that kind of is this match in microcosm, and there's the jab of Brooks, which toward the end of the round, in the last minute and a half, kind of became a major factor. So this will be intriguing.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 16 by split decision. From the Las Vegas hustle, Kai Brooks.
So Kai Brooks gets a very close and split decision. And speaking of the words,
9-8.
very close.
The money rounds are on the way.
It's Philadelphia just barely on top. Well, we've seen a lot of great action this evening from two squads that we know came in with a lot of praise sent their way. Great action still to come. And here's Dave Bontempo to tell us about upcoming events.
Hey, Al, we certainly are enjoying the excitement of this weekend, and one matchup left in this week. The new-look San Antonio Snipers versus the LA Elite, and that will complete TBL Week 3. Then we look ahead to a dynamic Week 4. It should be terrific with the Nashville Smash taking on the Phoenix Fury on Friday, April 17th. The Dallas Enforcers go against the Houston Hitmen in an all-Texas battle. And Atlanta will take on Miami in a great regional matchup to complete the action. TBL week number 4. We're all excited about it already.
La llevo conmigo. En vivo. El deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol. Con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. Ahora sí, ahora seguimos aquí. La energía nunca va a morir. Cada partido listo para ti. Comenta, comparte, quédate en mí. No importa el marcador. Aquí celebramos cada gol. Activo, YouTube creciendo, todo positivo. TikTok e Insta vienen después, pero aquí comenzamos otra vez. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Hoy veo sobre el ring, hey, hey. All crowd gritando win, hey, hey. Este stream no tiene fin, Juan Sabelo todo, let's begin. Sube la adrenalina, se siente la rutina, streaming día tras día, construyendo disciplina. Somos familia deportiva, aquí la vibra es positiva. Si te gusta el juego real, este es tu canal. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. Hey, deporte en vivo. Hey, Juan Sabelo todo.
Seguimos en vivo. No olvides suscribirte para no perderte ninguno de mis eventos. Si eres fanático de los deportes, mi canal es el que debes seguir. Y recuerda avisarles a tus amigos.
Juan Sabelo todo. Deporte en vivo. Juan Sabelo todo. Luces encendidas, ya se siente la presión. El estadio vibra fuerte con cada transmisión. Desde el fútbol hasta el calibre y el balón. Aquí vivimos.
Both men did good work. It was a split decision. it went to Kai Brooks.
All right, so as advertised, so close, razor thin developments, and now the money rounds where this is going to be decided. We can't wait to see how it plays out. Let's take it now inside the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to begin the money rounds. Round 17, stream every moment of TBL Season 4 live on the Team Boxing League app, available on Apple TV 4K, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhone and Android devices. Don't miss a second of TBL Team Boxing League action. Round 17, for Philadelphia, Shaquilla Ellis. For Las Vegas, Florencia Britos.
All right, here we go into the money rounds where Philadelphia dominated in its first match, but here we are in a one-pointer. Britos and Ellis.
And Britos had some good moments in their first encounter. They just weren't enough. And against Ellis, it's tough to pull out a win here. She remains undefeated in Team Boxing League. Britos was able to land some nice right hands in the last encounter they had, and we'll see if she can build on that.
You got the adrenaline, now you know it's very close. The teams are depending on you. You're fighting not just for yourself, but for your teammates. So the drama heats up in the money rounds.
And we talk about Ellis, who of course is undefeated. Britos has 22 wins herself in team boxing, and she switches back to lefty again. She switched a lot in the first round we saw them in. There's the hand speed of Britos. Not everything getting in, but that's what Amelia pointed out way back at the top of our show.
You know, for two teams with a lot of power, there's been a lot of great boxing, and the power aspect, only one knockdown.
Yeah.
And that is the difference right now. In a fight that has felt, in a card that taut and tense, just like a championship match.
Yeah, I agree. And even the one knockdown from Rasheed Brown, that was such a flash knockdown. You could barely see the right hook landing. You know, Britos, I think, has had a fairly good part of this round, but that happened in the other round, and then Ellis really kind of took control. So we'll see if Ellis is able to do that again.
And then if you're Britos making the adjustment, you know how close you feel you got. So yeah. In this one, you feel like you start a little closer and sense victory. And the idea is somebody has to put an L on this opponent at some time.
Britos has attacked less in this round and been a little more calculating. Attack, then move back, use the ring. She's hoping that approach will help. And she's done a pretty good job, though Ellis landed a nice uppercut.
You get a sense of Ellis settling into a rhythm in the last 30 seconds here. Like an inner clock, like an alarm clock. Like in this format, why do you have this big win streak? You know when you have to turn it up.
And that's what she did in the last round against Britos. I don't know if she's done it as much in this one, but you could see her trying to be more aggressive in these final moments. And an Ellis right hand kind of punctuates this round, but Britos being very active.
All the way through. Las Vegas has not led since after early battle, the first fight of the night. But they did trail by 5 and brought it all the way up to 1 before this.
Well, we know she's confident.
The O will stay as far as she's concerned.
Yes.
O's going nowhere. What do the judges believe?
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 17 by split decision. From Philadelphia, Shaquilla Ellis.
Tight one. That's as close as she's come to losing. a split decision, but
appropriate. It was a split decision.
Yeah, very, very tight, and Philly gets very important
Round 18
point.
is brought to you by Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. Round 18 for Philadelphia, Rasheed Brown. From Las Vegas, Ioannis Argilagos.
Well, we showed you that the scoring graphic and how the power does matter. This is the fight that produced the lone knockdown back early on. And for you fans who remember a couple weeks ago, after Jesse Hart scored a knockout, the Philly Fab Five finished the show. It was Brown, Nathan, Ellis, Cunningham, and Suttles consecutively to finish out the card. Argilagos, some personal information about the fighter. 2016 Summer Olympic bronze. Good credentials.
Yeah, he's great amateur credentials. Won the World Championships in 2015 and 2017. So he's a very solid fighter. 9-2-1 as a pro. So he comes into this as somebody that, you know, you have to think should bring a lot to it. Brown is so much physically bigger than him. It's interesting. Even though they're in the same weight class, Brown just looks bigger than Argilagos.
Well, he continues to be both elusive and opportunistic.
Yeah, you know, the thing about Brown is, while he's clever and crafty, and it's helped him not only with all these team boxing league wins, but be 15-1 in the rest of pro boxing, he's an offensive-minded fighter, and he's showing that.
And that knockdown going back, just as you were saying, he was off his front foot and putting a little bit more into his offense, and that's when that big knockdown occurred. It's interesting how guys develop a finishing sense when they're in the money rounds, and then they're used to having a big record.
Yeah, Brown came into this round, you know, he wasn't, he said to himself, obviously, I'm going to be aggressive right from the get-go here, and let Argilagos get any confidence. Argilagos switching, which he didn't do in the first bout, and I think that's more, it's also a desperation move at this point by him.
Yeah, I'm going to try something because I can't get to this guy, and there's a certain, the way Brown expands himself when he goes back and leans forward, crouching, how he makes himself a harder target to hit. And you see an example of coming up way short against the guy who's doing that.
Height, reach advantage for Brown. As I said, he just looks bigger. And even though a lot of those punches not landing, it's the volume, because Argilagos has not done much offensively in this round.
Let's see, here's a look back at some of Brown's handiwork.
Yeah, he is, you know, he just was more, you have to do some of that careful work on the outside, and then he got to inside and did that shoe shine, in which some got through, and a lot of volume.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 18 by unanimous decision. From the Philadelphia Smoke, Rasheed Brown.
Philly opens a little daylight. Yeah, these teams have both been able to put together runs tonight. Philly at the beginning of the middle rounds.
For Philadelphia, it is
Vegas
Zaire
later.
Jefferson. Filming from Las Vegas, Diana DePestre.
And so we get another look at DePestre, who started the Vegas run in the middle rounds.
Yeah, that was against Zaire Jefferson, Yeah, against, no, that was against Isaiah Johnson or Jefferson, I'm sorry. It was against Jefferson, and he did a very, very good job in that match.
Now he's going to try to set up another run for Las Vegas. In the meantime, for Philadelphia, just like at the beginning of the middle rounds, when they won the first 4, doing a nice job getting off the ground in the money rounds. Pestre is on the outside, trying to be as effective as he was in his first fight tonight.
Yeah, he did a really good job offensively, and he's attempting to do that again, and there's a big overhand right that gets through.
Teams can get mentalities that we are strong finishers when they do it in top-level competition. Really able to pull away from New York and defeat the defending Mega Brawl champions with a streak of their own after New York had issued a big streak against Philadelphia last year to capture the Mega Brawl in Cinderella unlikely fashion.
Yeah, Jefferson has had 2 losses straight now in TBL tonight and also on March 20th. Wants to turn it around a little bit here, and for DePestre, very important right for Las Vegas at this moment to get a win.
Because these money rounds disappear, you're down to a few, and all of a sudden a 3 or 4 point lead without the power shots, knockouts is going to loom large. And it looks like DePestre has made a very good effort to get Vegas back within 2.
Como pueden ver, mi gente, aquí ha habido mucha
for the
acción.
second time tonight.
Vamos a ver a quién se lo dan ustedes, a quién se lo dan ustedes, pónganlo ahí en los comentarios, pónganlo en los comentarios a ver lo que hay.
Guy you plug in and who can get you going in the right direction again.
And we'll see. That wasn't.
Vamos a ver.
Jefferson had his moments. There is some work by DePestre on the inside.
Estamos aquí en vivo.
TBL fans, the winner of round 19 by unanimous decision. From the Philadelphia Smoke, Zaire Jefferson.
All those hopes for Las Vegas in vain,
Pueden
as Philly
algo que decir aquí
looking very familiar with this money rounds run.
Para yo contestarle ahora mismo en vivo aquí.
If you're watching these athletes give everything in the ring, ask yourself, how can you supplement like them?
Dale un dedito para arriba, prender la campanita para que no se pierdan otros eventos así como este. Y como puede ver, estamos en el round 20 aquí, mi gente. Y ya te saben, esto es un boxeo que es súper rápido, súper lleno de emoción, por la razón de que los rounds son cortitos, mi gente. Y hace
trying to get a second victory
energía
over
los boxeadores.
Robinson, but now
Yo
the
le digo a ustedes que
score
pasen por aquí a
is
pasarla y a
looming a little bit
gozarla.
uncomfortably here for
No se van
Vegas.
a
So at some
dormir,
point,
eso es
some of these
acción,
fighters
acción, acción,
will have to
mi
come out
gente.
of their natural habitat and go for everything.
Yeah, they need to sell out a little bit more. I don't think that's an issue for Gainza
Vamos a
because he
ver,
was
aquí va
very
a comenzar
aggressive
la otra
in
pelea,
the
mi gente.
first.
Tenemos a Ray
when
Robinson
they fought.
del
So I don't think
grupo de
the
morado, mi
mindset
gente, de la
is,
esquina azul.
antithetical
Contra
to him. It's just a
Islam,
question whether he can hurt Robinson. He did land some big shots in that first
Del
encounter.
grupo rojo, mi gente, que son
You're
los
on the
Las
Vegas outside with 5 matches to go. Somebody has to come up big for you.
Estamos en los rounds del dinero, le llaman el round del dinero, porque ya el round básico se terminó, el primero. Y vamos para encima, como estamos viendo, aquí hay mucha emoción, mucha acción. Y veamos que el grupo rojo en este está pegando más golpe ahora mismo que el morado, pero el morado también no está dejando dar, así por así tampoco está devolviendo. Vamos a ver, esto va a llegar a donde quien se canse primero.
And Ray Robinson's still counterpunching. You know, and he's very
Está
clever.
bien, está conectando bien ahí, Gray.
He's been
Está
able to get some of the
conectando bien
best
ahí,
in
está
the world
bloqueando y
over the course
devolviendo la
of his
trompa
long
y
career. Over 20 years.
Ya el rojo como que se puso más lento porque el hombre le está devolviendo y conectando.
And Gaines, I've seen him develop as a pro over his 3 pro fights.
Vamos a ver, mi gente, que esto está caliente.
When he just turned pro. They've done a lot with him, even though I know he's done
Y ya
very
ustedes
well
saben,
in team
están por aquí
boxing.
visitando a JuanSabeloTodoDeportes. Y saben que ustedes son los más importantes aquí. Vamos a ver si comenzamos a hacer una comunidad para que podamos venir y disfrutar aquí el deporte y hablar y chatear entre uno al otro y disfrutar un momento tranquilo después de llegar a un trabajo de un día cansado. Recuerden suscribirse, también de prender la campanita, que es lo más importante de todo. Por encima de eso, si ya están por aquí visitando a JuanSabeloTodoDeportes, denle un dedito para arriba al video para que este video camine, mi gente. Y recuerden, mi gente, que siempre estoy agradecido. Latinos unidos, mi gente. Y como podamos ver, en todos los deportes que yo apuesto aquí, todos tienen latinos participando para que vean que estamos en el globo y ya estamos convirtiéndonos en una potencia. Ya ustedes saben, mi gente. Y veamos aquí que tira un derechazo a los locos. El rojo. Este juego se viró, este pleito se viró. Primero era el rojo que estaba cogiendo todos los puntos, pero el morado cambió eso. Y yo creo que ahora mismo el morado está ganando, mi gente. Y quedan 10 segundos en el round. Ya quedan menos de 7 segundos, mi gente. 5, 4, 3, 2. Y eso es acción hasta el final. Y se terminó esto.
Oh my goodness.
Ay, chocaron con la cabeza ahí al final y se cortaron, mi gente.
No, it might have been from
Eso fue
clash
al
of
final, ahí al
hands.
final.
This is unfortunate because it affects Gaines in moving forward.
Yeah, it looks like, fortunately, I mean, we hope it is minor. But there it is. He's rubbing it down. That could be a bit of a problem. And you have commissions that can impose, suspensions and basically or common sense for you.
And that's a bad break.
Yes, especially.
Eso fue sin querer, los dos se dieron cuenta que fue algo que pasó, si no fue como de verdad. Se lo llevaron los rojos, eso es increíble, se lo llevaron los rojos.
Right, so Gaines keeps it competitive for Las Vegas, still in the hunt. Philly in control, but Vegas is still here as we come down to the home stretch of this TBL matchup.
Y tenemos el próximo pleito. Vamos a pasar a la otra música, mi gente, porque estamos en el tiempo de espera.
Busca JuanSabeloTodoDeportes en YouTube.
Mi gente, ahí les voy a prender los anuncios de
Facebook.
153.
En YouTube primero estamos creciendo, en Twitch tendiendo, seguimos subiendo. Cada jugada la estamos viviendo. JuanSabeloTodo transmitiendo. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo,
por aquí en JuanSabeloTodo, cortos, animación, todo, docentes de oración, de palabras, JuanSabeloTodo, cortos, animación, para que así visite el canal de animación, el corto, y también de ahí,
deporte corre en mis sonidos. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. Ahora sí, ahora seguimos aquí. La energía nunca va a morir. Cada partido listo para ti. Comenta, comparte, quédate en mí. No importa el marcador, aquí celebramos cada gol, cada strike, cada control. La vibra sube sin temor. Twitch encendido, público activo.
Smoke, absolute veteran to the Philly Smoke. I always absolute treat to hear you sing. So dynamic. And then how many times have I seen you just switch gears and have gloves on and go right into the ring? How do you balance that?
I don't know. Honestly, like, I just was born to do it. Like, I've been doing this since a little kid, so it's just what I do.
Ella le pregunta cómo es que tú de un pronto a otro no tienes guantes y después lo tienes y después te metes para arriba una vez, listo y todo preparado. Quizás eso es ya porque desde niño yo estaba boxeando.
Oh man, it's everything.
Para mí
like,
se me hace
especially
fácil
since everything that transpired in the back room. So, you know, May 16th, it's time to show the world who I am again, like I did before.
Le tengo que enseñar al mundo quién yo soy de
this
nuevo.
time, it's gonna put a stamp on it. So I'm excited.
For context, 2023, their decision was overturned to a no contest. So that's what, in reference to.
Y estamos viendo aquí que están como medio paralizados aquí el morado con el rojo, no están dándole como tan supuesto mi gente en un round de vida de acción.
It's a new weight class for me and him, but speaking for myself, I got stronger, I got a lot better since 2023, so the world's just gonna be in for a fight.
I love this. You guys have to tune in May 16th in Norfolk, Virginia. I'll be rooting for you, man. Do your thing out there. Thank you so much.
Conéctese en Virginia.
Let's see some more action.
Okay, thank you, Amelia. We don't know if he'll be singing that. He did a nice job tonight.
Great, he's superb. Good vocals. Well, Paul Kroll landing a nice combination there. You know, Kroll has done a little bit of what he did in their first encounter. Just kind of take the play away a little bit with his aggressiveness. And I'm not, you know, Joseph Hicks had a hard time, like, just responding with counter punches. Tries there with the right hand.
So he comes into this round off the last one with more enthusiasm and more aggressiveness, but he's also been more distracted by what he's seeing coming at him.
Yeah, I mean, a nice jab by Hicks, but Kroll's aggressiveness in the last round has been also kind of highlighted here in this round. But we'll see. I mean, Hicks has done some good things offensively. It's just a question of whether he did enough.
Kroll continues to pressure. Philly trying to widen that lead back to 4.
A magic number.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And it certainly would change a matchup that will be coming up to us in round number 23. A little bit ahead. And they're psyched. They're psyched over there.
They're hoping that Joseph Hicks got himself when he landed a couple of nice right hands, but so did Kroll. And there was the right hand left hook, and Joseph Hicks gave him the stamp to approve the combination. Toward the end of the round, they were battling away. Both men landing some shots. Hicks very animated at the end of that round.
Team Boxing League bounds the winner of round 21 by unanimous decision from the Philadelphia Smoke, Paul Kroll.
We'll give him credit for basically baptizing a newcomer in this. Get those points. So Philly back up by 4.
Round 22 is brought to you by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. For Philadelphia Stage of Subtles, Las Vegas will feature Joanna Numeru.
This is a rematch from earlier. Numeru had a good debut a couple weeks ago, charismatic, but running into one of the top fighters in the league. Now we'll try to adjust.
Maru was very aggressive in the last encounter, and she is this time too, coming forward early in this round. But Suttles using what else? That strong jab. And you know, Suttles, her jab is not just, it's a weapon. I mean, it's like a power jab.
Yes.
Maru is unfazed though. She is coming in, but taking right hands for her trouble right now.
Yeah, good action as she's trying to crowd Suttles. And finding that the jab that you're describing is stopping her as she loads up. And Suttles trying for the right hand.
Yeah, and the rights now coming from Suttles. Maru, who is getting 7 levels of pro with 3 KOs, so she's an accomplished pro fighter and has won her first 2 TBL matches, but in there against another level of fighter right now, and Suttles, who just doesn't hardly ever lose. And, as you mentioned, that long winning streak, which now is up to 18 for her in team boxing.
Eso fue lo que me hizo lavar los platos los otros días. ¡Pum!
Loads up, and
Esto fue
there's
que el chamaquito de la escuela me trajo
already
problemas.
a jab by
¡Toma!
Suttles to greet her, and the right hand at the top to give her just the pace of it. And she has been spunky and fiery. And you get the idea that she's going to be a good fighter in this league. But tonight she's up against the best.
That's a very good point. She showed us she can win in TBL. But yeah, this is another kettle of fish time.
And you know, we don't see many fighters trying to press Stacia Suttles for a long time. And she tried to do that, and now Suttles is asserting her pedigree with the hand speed.
And tonight, the offensive display from Suttles, after the first minute or so of their first match, the last 5 minutes, counting this one probably, have been really controlled by Suttles. And not just controlled, but she's landing big power punches like that right hand.
¡Wow! ¡Qué conexiones, mi gente! Le está dando una golpeada de morado a la roja a la pobre. ¡Qué golpeada! Ya esto no es boxeo, ya esto es crimen.
And I'll tell you what, a knockdown for Suttles would almost close the door. Come very close to it on Las Vegas, so they certainly don't want Maru to go down here if you're Vegas.
Ya tiene la carita roja la pobre. ¡Oh! ¡Qué conexión ahí con todo y cuerpo! Y esto se está acabando, mi gente.
Yeah, against somebody really came at her again, and then just she broke her down. You can break someone down within 1 round. It's amazing that she's done that. And this one, she's been a phenomenal addition to this Philadelphia team.
The jab, the straight right hand, that and a few uppercuts is pretty much what Stacia Suttles used to control this fight, to throw that round and
TBL fans, the winner of round 22 by unanimous decision from the Philadelphia Smoke Station, Suttles.
So it's 14-9. It's a 5-point bulge, and again, Philadelphia dominating the money rounds to this point against a good team. As they did against New York, just 2 rounds to go. Remember the
Our penultimate round will be in the heavyweight division for Philadelphia. Concha Nathan. Las Vegas will showcase Kai Brooks.
That Fab Five for Philly last time. Brown, Nathan, Ellis, Cunningham Sr., and Suttles all coming up with points. And here, Suttles has come up big and put a 5-point gap up. And even though Brooks is the big gun for Nathan, stylistically it didn't play into that. They're
very close between these two men in the previous encounter. And Nathan, as he lost the first, decision to Kai Brooks when he fought Brooks in his TBL debut, by decision, he lost the decision the last time. So they need something more than that, Las Vegas does.
He delivered actually came through in the middle rounds.
Es conocido el guante azul de tumbar a la gente con esos puños.
Vegas last week. But you know, styles making fights and matchups are important. Yeah, he needs Nathan to cooperate if he wants to get the big 4-pointer. And Nathan also knows his team is sitting on a big lead.
Yeah, and for Nathan, it's interesting. It creates an intriguing dynamic because how aggressive does he turn in this matchup?
And I think it's harder than people would realize to go from,
vamos,
okay,
pero vamos, usen los brazos, que para eso se lo dieron, mi gente, le dieron los brazos, para que lo tiren,
Excellent point, and we saw Nathan use his jab very effectively there. That's a punch that probably is underused by him, but when he does use it, it's very effective.
Vamos, está conectando el rojo. El morado yo no sé, como que es un crimen levantar los brazos. Levanta los brazos, hombre, deja de ser tan vago.
Enough of the jab coming from Nathan at this juncture of the round to make Brooks reload.
No. El demorado se fue para allá arriba, yo no sé a qué fue. Hace una llanta, una vaina, el tigre tira hasta, le empieza a levantar un brazo, pero ven acá. Eso, dale golpe, dale golpe, dale.
And you look at where Nathan is holding that left hand. It might be the equivalent of a lazy jab. And Brooks is trying to go to the top and capitalize.
Hasta ahora yo le doy el round al rojo.
With which to
El
work.
rojo ha estado metiendo puntos ahí a toda mano, hasta dos manos. El morado no haya que hacer con los brazos, lo tiene enganchado del cuerpo. No se le quieren despegar.
Even via decision of Brooks now landing some pretty good shots.
Es que cada vez que suelta ese brazo,
Body shot by Brooks, but it did not bring the hands down of Nathan. He was trying to set it up. Had a combination in mind. Nathan held his course and that big right hand by Brooks.
¡Qué trompa en la cara de un pecozota que estoy! Ya esto se está acabando. Golpe con el golpe. Dale. Que ese hombre no se mueve. Mira cómo está ese hombre. Eso es demasiado hamburgues. Demasiado hamburgues.
They get fireworks in the final fight.
And Nathan did his job. Yeah, the top point getter in the league. Now, if he gets this, we'll be up to 10 points. But Nathan held Las Vegas's big gun to a decision.
If in fact that.
Yeah, if in fact that. Yeah. But he
exactly
did not get hit with the big crooked number against his team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 23 by way of unanimous decision. From the Las Vegas Hustle,
y se la llevó. Quién sabemos que se estaba moviendo ahí. Aquel le pesaban los brazos, lo tenía pegado del cuerpo. Y no hallaba cómo sacarlo de ahí, estaba pegado. Malequín, tirando los brazos así. Así que lo estaba tirando así.
Martinez
24.
must knock out Jesse Hart.
Philadelphia,
I'm not asking for much.
He'll meet from Las Vegas.
Tenemos a Martínez en el lado rojo, mi gente, y a Jesse Hart en el lado azul. Vamos a ver si esto nos trae a nosotros un poquito más de acción, mi gente. Vamos a ver. Y aquí está Rob.
And you know Martinez will go out with that intention in mind, at least early.
And Martinez won the first encounter between these two, and he landed some excellent right hands. And there's bad blood between these two guys. He's mad about Hart
casaron, casi sacan los anillos.
Casi
sacan los anillos.
Becoming a part of that, but they're going to be wailing away with right hands, especially Martinez. And look at Hart still doing
it.
It could be a point taken from Hart.
Could well be.
This is at least a warning, and it might be a point. We're not right there, but
I need you to calm down, yeah? Relax.
Le está diciendo que se relaje, que se calme. 2 minutos con 22 segundos en el reloj.
Big overhand shot here by Martinez. Well, hey,
it's
bombs away, and there's no mystery about what Martinez needs to do.
Yeah.
And Hart's going to tie him up and even throw some shots close to the border.
You will not be inviting these two guys to your next cocktail party.
No, you will not. The animosity finale.
Well, from Martinez's standpoint, he's trying to rip those overhand rights and the left hooks. And a lot of this, you know, that's the other problem is this gets distracting from Martinez from his mission, because there's all this jostling and
extracurricular activity here by Hart. You know, doesn't just tie him up, but decides to try to spin him and you know, rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, Jesse Hart's a clever veteran, and all that eats away a clock also.
So an example of it there, twist him and turn him, then put the right hand out. Let's see, I'm clear.
And you know what, in this round, Martinez has not been able to get the right hand in as much as he did in the first encounter between these two men. And they're both making their feelings known to each other.
Jesse Hart is usually on many fronts, so, and he lost the last fight to him, so that's at the back of his mind right now too.
Dos trompas bien dado y tiendazo bien dado ahí en la quijada. Hoy hasta se cayó. Hasta lo cayó. Yo pensaba que le iba a dejar mudo.
Down on Las Vegas.
Quedan 10 segundos de reloj, mi gente. Esto se está terminando ya. Llegarán a tirar otra trompa más, vamos a ver. Ya
win number 2, either by 3 points or 5 points. And Jesse Hart not making any new friends in Las Vegas. Of course, before their fight last year, he stood up and he called them out. So he's definitely the flashpoint of the stirring the pot.
Well, in that round, a lot of extracurricular activities we pointed out, but there was also punching, and it's possible Hart just did more of that.
Boxing League fans, the winner of round 24 by unanimous decision. From the Las Vegas hustle, Martinez.
So Martinez sweeps Jesse Hart. Our round to watch is revealing in that regard. Vegas still comes up short by 3, but a good effort all the way around.
Ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars.
So it's over. We're going to come back for the honors and more after this.
Quedó 11-14, mi gente. Y lo que viene atrás los honores y los premios que le van a dar ahora mismo a estos atletas. La pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo. El deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol. Con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. JuanSabeloTodoDeportes, puro motor. En vivo. La pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo. El deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol. Con el fútbol bajo el sol. Wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. JuanSabeloTodoDeportes, puro motor. Ahora sí, ahora seguimos aquí. La energía nunca va a morir. Cada partido listo para ti. Comenta, comparte, quédate en mí. No importa el marcador. Aquí celebramos cada gol. Cada strike, cada control. La vibra sube sin temor. Twitch encendido, público activo. YouTube creciendo, todo positivo. TikTok e Insta vienen después, pero aquí comenzamos otra vez. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido. Hoy un bebé sobre el ring, con el crowd gritando win. Este stream no tiene fin, Juan sabelo todo, let's begin. Sube la adrenalina, se siente la rutina. Streaming día tras día, construyendo disciplina. Somos familia deportiva, aquí la vibra es
es positiva. Si te gusta el juego real, este es tu canal.
Yo no veo nada.
En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo. En vivo, el deporte corre en mi sonido.
Saben que estamos en Las Vegas,
Nevada, bajo el sol, wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo.
Estas imágenes no son reales.
El deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, fútbol bajo el sol, wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. En vivo, la pasión la llevo conmigo.
Venden productos naturales de eso de fibra y cosas.
El deporte corre en mi sonido. Desde soccer hasta basquetbol, college fútbol bajo el sol, wrestling, tenis, lo mejor. Juan Sabelo todo, puro motor. Hey, deporte en vivo. Juan Sabelo todo.
Vamos a
Seguimos
entrar
en vivo.
ahora a
No
ver
olvides suscribirte para no perderte
los
ninguno
estrellas
de
de
mis
hoy.
eventos.
Vamos a bajar esta musiquita y vamos a traer el programa en vivo
11.
aquí.
Here are your 3 stars of the night. Your
Los 3 estrellas de la
number
noche.
3 star. He is Las Vegas super welterweight, Tislan Ginza. Your second star of the night,
Ese fue que le dieron el
Philadelphia
cacazo que lo
welterweight,
abrieron, mi gente.
Isaiah Johnson.
Isaiah Johnson el segundo.
And your balance of nature first star of the night. It is Philadelphia Smoke featherweight, Rasheem Brown.
Ya saben, Rasheem Brown ahí, número 3. Del lado de los morados, ahora viene el lado de los rojos.
And Natalia Castañeda.
O de las mujeres de Natania, ok.
Coach Bob Kane, Bobbert. Amazing, beautiful,
Entrenador Baba.
dominant performance tonight. This was a big win for the Philadelphia Smoke tonight, making it a
Hoy
huge
fue
statement.
una gran
I have
ganancia
said
para
it like 5 times
para
tonight.
ustedes los de
This was the
Filadelfia.
championship fight, week 3. What did you see with the team that really brought this together tonight?
¿Qué tuviste con el equipo que de verdad trajo esto hoy en esta noche?
Everyone's hyped to get it back. So we're going to continue to do this and get better each fight.
That revenge energy, I love it. Also, can we have a discussion on your recruiting tactics? Because what's the secret sauce? Because every time we look at this team, the talent just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
It's all in our city. Philadelphia's #1.
Hear that? This is Fight City, you guys. Congratulations on a really amazing night tonight. Celebrate.
Felicidades en una noche muy
That's what I was
eventosa
waiting
y
for.
muy buena en este día. Celebren.
Sugar Sheen, just so you know, you are one of my favorite fighters of all time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Another clean, technical, beautiful performance that everybody can always expect out of you. It's just outrageous. You had that first knockdown of the night. You set the tone. How did that feel in there, just setting the tone for the team?
Oh, I feel good. I love always setting the tone for the team. It get the whole team hype, get the crowd hype, and it get me going for my second round.
You know, I watch your mind and I'm watching your eyes when you're in there, and it's like you're thinking so fast and ahead of everybody, and you've seen everything. It almost looked like you were bored going in that second round. You had it so controlled, he couldn't even get in. I mean, the range and your footwork was perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was feeling. Like in my second round, I started getting a little bored. I'm like, eventually I started looking at the clock. I'm like, this is on over, because I just needed him to give me. I wanted him to give me a little more so I could put more of a show on for the crowd. But it's I could take an easy W. That's good.
Absolute amazing performance. Congratulations on being started tonight, setting the tone. You're
metiera
amazing, dude.
dos tropas buenas para que se pusiera la
Amazing
noche
job, Philly.
emocionada,
Dave,
pero
let's finish out the show tonight. Good work.
oponente mío no estaba por eso, entonces yo cojo también lo que se llama una ganada fácil. Yo la cogí tranquilo ahí después que yo vi que el hombre no quería ser agresivo. Y entonces esa fue la pelea, mi gente, que fue por decisión. Y fue por decisión por eso mismo, porque se puso aburrida la pelea, porque ninguno lo estaban haciendo nada. Entonces le dejaron saber, mira, olvídate, si el otro no quiere tirar, tú tienes que tirar
impressive.
He
has shown over the time he's had in TBL, he's very special.
So you look at this Philadelphia team. Brown, Ellis, Suttles. Doggone right, the recruiting was awfully good.
Yeah, and we saw Stacey Suttles, one of those recruits tonight with a dominant performance.
All right, so thank you for joining us. It has been a terrific night. Don't forget that the next show we've got coming up is the LA Elite and the San Antonio Snipers, the New York Snipers, coming your way on April 12th. Well, thanks for joining us. For everybody did a terrific job in the truck. For my buddy Al Holstein, for Amelia Moore, and everybody at Team Boxing League. This is Dave Botello saying so long, everybody. See you soon.
Los quiero muchísimo, cuídense.